Everybody, it's David. I am back home from visiting my folks and from the European travel. So I am sitting in the sterile confines of my office. Actually, all I need are lines going across here, and it looks like I would be in a mugshot lineup. So perhaps I need to put that up there. This week, final discussion board. I wanted to provide a little bit of input on this one and perhaps some perspective. When you start thinking about globalization and HR, the impact reaches well beyond your company. So let me give you a perfect example. There is a electronics manufacturing company that perhaps you have heard about called Foxconn. Foxconn is based out of Taiwan, and they do a significant number of manufacturing projects for companies like Apple and other people who are looking for electronic components. And it hasn't been that that far in the past where they had a lot of labor issues at Foxconn. They weren't treating their employees properly, and people in the United States, they were getting on to Apple, and they were charging Apple to do something to fix this. And so what's the message here? The message is that for global companies who have many different suppliers in their supply chain, the challenges aren't only to just manage the human resource requirements in your company, but to manage them in the suppliers. Now, how do you do that? I mean, how can Apple provide any type of influence on Foxconn to get them to correct human resource requirements? Well, then you get into sticky business issues. That says, well, it's not your company, but perhaps you're going to have to buy your components somewhere else because we're catching a lot of flack here in the United States because of one of our suppliers' human resource practices. And so the complexity of a global environment reaches well beyond just managing your own people being based in different parts of the country. So I didn't want you to think about that. I want you to think about the decisions that are made in human resource departments today impact businesses. And so not only your individual business, but the business and the different elements from suppliers that you have. If you get a chance, do some reading on that today, because you'll be able to see a pretty broad history about Foxconn and some of the challenges that it has and that it's had in the past for U.S. multinational companies. All right? Take care. Have a great week.